guys, it's Shelfy, and today we are making this Nintendo Switch themed accessory box out of perlers. Yeah, it's pretty good size. It's solid. And you can snap the lid off of the front, put your things inside, and snap it right back on. So let's get started with the things you will need. Alright, so for this Nintendo Switch accessory box, you will need the usual thing for any 3D perler project that we have made previously, which is, of course, perler beads. Here's my giant collection. I am specifically going to be using dark gray. This is probably the color we will use the most of. This is kind of optional. This is like an off-white that I found that was actually really cool. With this off-white color, I think I'm going to put some shading around my screen area, but that's kind of optional, I guess. I've got some red here. This is like the reddest red, not like any of these pink variants I have in here. This is real red. So I'm going to be using this for my Nintendo Switch logo in the middle of my screen. Not for my right Joy-Con, actually. I'm using a pink for my right Joy-Con, which is in this box here. It's this pink. It comes in the Jungle Pack. I also bought this, which also has that same kind of, it's like a darkish pink. I don't know how to describe it. It has like an orangey hue to it, but the right Joy-Con is not quite like red. You know what I mean? I'm also going to be using this blue in here, this lighter blue, that's for my left Joy-Con. And of course in here, and a few separated out into here, I have some black for my details and buttons and everything, and also my outline. We will need our hot glue gun and glue sticks for assembly. We will need perler boards, of course. And last, we will need our iron and our perler paper. So first things first, we're going to make our pieces. I'm freehanding these right now, but I'm going to make my piece so that it all snaps together. So I'm going to have removed outlines on each side so that you can snap the pieces in, and I'm going to leave the lid part, which is going to have the front part of the Switch on it, with the screen and everything, as not glued in, so that I can snap the lid off, snap the lid back on. Similar to where you would take out your money for the Nintendo Star Bank that we made. Pictures of all 6 pieces that you will need for this project will be up on zero-eg.com, so you can go there and follow along with the pattern. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go over all the pieces that I've made here and where they're going to fit together when we start to assemble our Switch accessory box. So first we have the front, and this is obviously the front of the Switch, and you can see that I've removed some of the outline like usual. So the outline only goes in these spots, and yeah, it's basically it's self-explanatory. You can put whatever you want in the little Switch screen. I just put the Switch logo here because I like it. It's a little fat, but it's the best I can get it. Next we have the back, and this is basically the same thing as this, the same outline spots removed, except no screen, no controller details, just the blue, the red, and the gray. Next we have our two side I guess they're kind of the sides. They're the top and bottom. So these pieces are going to go on here and on here. And the lid, they're going to connect on this top part, which is, this front part is the lid, of course. So they're going to connect here and here, and then this can snap into place onto those. So next we have our diagonal side pieces, and those are going to connect here. You can kind of see an example where that's going to line up. Remember, these do not snap into place, they only hot glue. So this there's only gonna be glue on like one edge of it. So it's only gonna be glued to the bottom, and the lid's just gonna rest on top of it. And don't forget, we've got 2 red and 2 blue to go on each of the 4 sides here. And on this side, they're just gonna rest. Do not glue them to this side. And then finally, we have our side Joy-Con pieces, I guess, and those are gonna snap in right there and be hot glued in right there. So there's a better image of all the pieces. Now we're gonna iron the pieces together and start to assemble. It's gonna be important when you're ironing these to make sure that they are as flat as possible, because that makes it the easiest to assemble a 3D perler. Tiny little Nintendo Switch. Alright, so now once all your pieces are ironed, you're going to want to take the back side of your Nintendo Switch and glue all of the appropriate pieces in place. So here's our first part so far, you can see there. Here we have an example of the diagonal piece being glued on. Here's what the box looks like with the diagonals and the long pieces on it. That's what it looks like with all the pieces on it. It looks so good, oh my god. Okay. I'm adding little reinforcement glue on the inside, especially where the diagonal pieces meet other pieces in that area, so then it will give the box a nice sense of stability. Wow, that actually worked really, really nicely. So here's basically the completed box. And the lid just snaps on and off. You can just lift up the whole lid, pop that off, put your stuff in. Oh my gosh. Hell yeah. And there you have it. That is your completed Nintendo Switch themed accessory box. You can do this in gray if you want, but I just decided since I got neon, I would do neon. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of the Krafty Koopa. If you enjoyed the making of this Nintendo Switch themed accessory box, you can subscribe below for more Nintendo themed content. If you have any ideas that you'd like to see on the next Krafty Koopa, please let me know and I will do my best to make it happen. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!